Today on Redneck Rescue, our situation is our buddy Lee, his Lynx, broke the axle in the backcountry. It was the split axle. One of the fittings actually stripped out within itself. Wasn't able to drive it out. Had to leave it 15 miles in the backcountry. So we're packing up all the gear, heading in to go fix it. We're going to go step by step through that process of what we did to fix it and get it out. Not saying it's the right way, but it's what we did to get it done. Enjoy.
Anybody need a drive shaft?
Started clear over there.
Yep.
We're going clear over here.
It's down in this one.
We just wheelied up that and then up this.
I think it's in that one.
Oh, chipper. There's our snowmobile right over there. So as opposed to carrying all his gear out, he just stashed it in the woods over here.
Now turn around.
So here's our issue. Let's dive in. Look at that. You can see where it's broken.
Did it good.
Don't mind my hand shaking. Yesterday was hill climb.
So
So this drive shaft is the half shaft.
custom dealio.
Starting with axle bolts. Get that guy free. Release the tension on the track. Start on the brake caliper on the other side. Back is 215 millimeters. That's gonna break stuff.
Break it loose.
Break it loose.
Break it. I don't even have
Then we've got our 10 millimeters for the shield.
I got a
Little
16.
ice. So it's really nice that the Lynx has a wrench for the back side. So you don't actually need the impact, but it does make life easier. If it was a Skidoo, the center axle would spin. So you'd have to break one bolt all the way loose, put it back in, break the other bolt all the way loose just to get the Loctite free, and then go back and forth till you get them all the way out. Those bolts are a 16. So the skid comes off with these 4 bolts. Got one right there, one right there. What do you mean there's a nut on the back of there? That's so nice. This one's just a T30 to get this guy out with a 10 underneath.
Ready?
Take out.
Yeah.
Lift it up.
Couldn't tell if you were fighting it because
Joe.
it was too high or not.
Oh, that's
Don't need that anyway. So be careful not to lose those sleeves.
And there are sleeves in the front too?
Yep.
Okay.
So we brought the tarp, just so in case you do drop something, it's not gone. Even sleeve. It's fine. So your T40s are for the back side of the rotor here. We also got the C-clip we got to pull off.
Not very typical.
Lucas just went through and rotated the rotor there so that you could access all 4 bolts. One goes through the hole and through the rail there. Make sure there's not ice in these. Put a lot of downward pressure. If anything's going to strip, it's going to be these bolts. Lucas's tip of the day, heat them up a little bit, make that Loctite break free. Check Dosito, cuz. Look at that, just rotate right around.
Got it?
Yeah, go for it.
Call that teamwork. One bolt. Be very religious where you put your stuff. Bolts go in a bag, in a magnetic tray. We got our tools laid out.
I'll make a little bit of space.
So you just push the track inward to kind of free up around the axle. Kind of lifting this guy up to get his puller tool on there. This is the factory Skidoo one. Oh, look at that, that's fancy. That's not like my homemade jobby.
This side looks clear.
This process will not happen without this puller.
Oh, that's what happened.
What's that?
The axle separated
Yeah.
and bound up, so need to kick it in. Needs a foot.
Watch out,
Look at that.
It might break it.
Big foot.
Now you can see now that it's dropped down, the rotor will barely clear out. And it comes out in all one nacho. As you can see, it just barely clears that axle. Because this axle is broken, it's holding it up just slightly.
Hey. Be out.
Screwdriver. So there's a little clip here that holds this retainer ring that's on the back side. It hooks on this side and that side.
A little bit there. This will help.
It's fine,
It's good.
right?
And then friction welder, do something to make one piece. Yeah, so that was just in your shaft spinning.
Yep. Yeah,
So this is the one we're putting in. As you can see, it's got the same type crack
Take your ball joint short.
where this has been friction welded. So it came up on this side so that you can insert the other side down and in. Got the track pushed up and out of the way. Now he's bringing the retainer clip in. They stick through the little slots, give a quarter rotation, and it locks in.
And they only go in one way.
Oh, and they only go one way. That's why we got the Pro. Oh yeah, one is larger than the other, as you can see.
Yeah, and then it'll match up with this too because part that piece on the brake caliper sits in there.
Oh, gotcha, yep. You can see how much easier that goes back in there with the axle being in place and not broken.
Track is around the driver.
Okay, yeah. Don't forget that. It seems like something I would have done.
Notice how we're getting all of these started prior to tightening any of them. You're not bleeding, you're not wrenching. Last one goes right through that hole, straight down and through.
Came up this way.
No.
Nice, Lucas.
So Lucas was just saying that this is like any kind of wheel or anything like that. You want to rotate sides. That way it pulls that bearing down in evenly. You don't want it to bind on one side or the other. This one's pretty rough just because you got to hold this rotor down well, trying to get that clip in place and all the way around. There. You want to make sure that this guy's fully seated. A larger pair of these would be good. Once again, you want to go ahead and get all of them started before tightening any of them. Now we're holding the track back. Gonna go ahead and get the skid in. Then we'll go ahead and put the bushings back in and get the bolts. There you go. Sleeves. So we're starting with the front bolt. Got people holding it up, just holding the track square to try to get that bolt lined up.
Yeah, this should line straight up.
So we went ahead and lifted the back end up pretty high, slid this guy in. In order to get these shims into here, you got to bring it from below up into. You can't go down.
You got the sleeve in?
Yep.
Yeah, they all got sleeves.
All right, nice. So it's really nice that the Lynx has a nut on both sides here. If it was a Skidoo, the back one, you pull this 10mm, which will slide this guy out. The front bolt is still a 17, but the inside shaft just spins. See, it's really good to have an impact and pull one side out, put it back in, pull the other side out, put it back in, and work back and forth until you can get those bolts all the way out. Lucas's next tip of the day is making sure that this bolt goes into a little insert in the shaft. That way you make sure you're actually pushing on the axle and your bolt's not just running and bending. Next, you're gonna go ahead and tension the track. And then we can go ride powder. He's counting his threads to make sure they're even on each side. Then we'll pick up the back end, spin the track, and make sure it's centered.
10 mil.
The big thing this year was me getting gathers.
10 mil, 10 mil. And then T30s. T30 and T40. And then we got a 19 for the brake puller, or the brake caliper puller. Boop. Some wrenches just in case. Flathead screwdriver. And some circlip.
A large set of those would be good too.
Yep, this was a little small, but we got it.
We got her done.
And this is the brake puller.
This is the factory Skidoo part, 2-piece.
You get calipers, but you don't need those. Little pliers, just in case.
Little pliers. So, axle, skid bolts, with skid bolts with this other 17. This guy is for the cover of the brakes.
That's supposed to be a T30, but T27 worked too.
And then
T40
your T40 is for your brake caliper that holds it on. 10mm for taking that cover off.
And for the rear bolts.
And for the rear bolts for adjusting the skid. Takes it for the win. So I went ahead and picked it up, they spin the track, and then look to see how the adjustment is. So how much tension are you looking for there?
So you want
Like an inch of slack.
Yeah, so they kind of call it like a 2-finger rule. Like if you can, it's really tight in there, but you should be able to just about slide with a little bit of pressure, 2 fingers. But these, the top of those cogs should be about almost to the bottom of the slider.
Sweet. Now I went ahead and just tightened up the axle with the 2 15mm. Went firm, but not crazy. Hey Lee, on the way out, make sure you tested up that hill that's towards the way out. All right, moment of truth. Does it hold together? It's gonna be fine, right? Right? Back in action. Here's our double line up. Wheelie! If you enjoyed today's episode of Redneck Rescue, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We got other rescues coming down the line. Have fun out there. Oh, and this rescue was last spring.